and black women. Okay, and then you read the story on how they rejected the words of God and stuff like that. You being a Jake, you being a so-called nigga yourself, you knowing how Jake is as well, and how they're hard-headed and they stiff-necked people. Okay, without a shred of a doubt, you know that that's talking about us. But these Edomites, they read this Bible, but it don't resonate with them. But they'll use this Bible because, they grew up in the church and stuff like that, but they don't really understand the spiritual aspect of it. Because it's not their book. When you read this Bible, you're reading our history. That's why we can resonate with this book right here, man. Okay, so we really know that we're the Israelites through the Spirit, really. Okay, go on, brother.
Going back to the wind thing.
Yeah.
Let them be as chaff before the wind.
Let them be as chaff before the wind. And that's why you have all of these different storms. And the main numero uno storm, Mac Daddy, is the nuclear missile. That's going to be the finalized storm that the Most High is going to bring on America and elsewhere. Really for the men, okay, and certain women that rise up against what we're bringing out. They're going to be destroyed. They're going to be tossed to and fro. They're going to be put to flight, man.
Hello.
You understand? So, and it's to the point where we don't really have to prove ourselves to a nincompoop that we're the Hebrews. We don't got to prove ourselves anymore, because although we know through the Spirit that we're Israelites, but guess what? You got carnal information that's overwhelming. Okay, you even got certain Edomites out there all over the world, wherever they located at. They're now coming to the realization that the so-called blacks that went on cargo slave ships got to be the Jews. So the info is just overwhelming. So we don't got to prove our point to some idiot, okay, that came from the club somewhere, that we're the Hebrews. If he don't want to accept that we're the Hebrews, then that's on him, man. That's on him. Go on, bro. Yeah, finish that off, yeah.
Let them be as chaff before the wind, right. And let the angel of Yahweh chase them.
Right, let the angel of the Most High chase them. Okay?
That's the wind.
And that's that wind, because the angels control the wind. You see that? So when you have a natural disaster coming about, ripping people's homes apart.
Psalms.
Hey, that's the angel of the Most High doing it.
Psalms 34 verse 35 verse 4. 35 verse 5.
Alright, go press it real quick.
Alright, yeah, read that.
This is Romans 10 and 16.
Yeah.
But they have not all obeyed the gospel. For Isaiah saith, Lord, who have believed our report? So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High.
There you go. That's where it all boils down to, man. It's by faith. That's how we know who we are. Okay, because you got a lot of us really technically, although you got certain brothers, that haven't came from America or haven't came from those different places that we got on the side, but they could. But all of us we're really outcasts. We're really scattered. All of us are scattered abroad. If you check it out, so we don't we don't have the actual records to further validate where our line goes back to. We don't have that. We don't have that information. And whose fault is that? That's the so-called white man's fault. Going back to the ancient Romans, because they took the records and hid it for themselves. So the only people that really truly know who the Israelites are the elites. They know who we are. Okay, and on top of that too, I mean, there's certain books out there that further back the point up, but they got the real books that they're charging like 10 grand for, that you gotta get on for 10,000 or more. You know what I mean? So they got the real history on us. But we know without a shred of a doubt what we are, the Hebrews, man. That's just the thing, by the Spirit. Oh, okay, yeah, you go.
Revelation 7 verse 1.
Yeah.
And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth.
Right, so, go on.
That the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor in any tree.
Right, so is that talking about the actual wind? Because we feel the wind blowing right now. It's windy right now, so it's evidently not talking about the wind that's blowing before us. But what wind is this talking about? This is talking about the nuclear missile. Okay, this is talking about the nuclear weapon. That's what it's talking about. Go on, bro.
It's going to show that the angels have control over the wind.
Come on.
This is Sirach chapter 39, verse 28. Every spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, in a time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
That's right. So like the brother was going into, you know, because that's my thought. Really, the angels of the Most High, they really manipulate the winds. And I mean, like when you see certain storms that happen, you can see the angels working in the midst of it too. In certain videos that I've seen on YouTube throughout the years. So it's really the angels of the Most High. So once the Most High gives the command, all right, then the angels, you know, do exactly which is what they commanded. And if it's time for a city to get ruined up by a tornado or earthquake, then the angels are gonna, you know, manifest that command. You understand? So, like I said, what's going down there in Texas? That's been going on in Texas, and what's going to happen in Florida and the different, which is already happening in the islands already. But what's going to happen in Florida? That's all sanctioned by the Lord through the angels. So the angels of the Lord bring death too. See that? So all of this hoopla, this foolishness out there. A lot of you Christians think as well that the Lord, he's all peaceful and he couldn't do no hurt. You know, God is good and stuff like that. Well, I got news for you. Yeah, the Lord is good, but he's also bad too. It tells you in Deuteronomy, I believe it's the 32nd chapter, it tells you how the Lord, he wounds and he heals. So let's say if you're a guy, you was walking, you used to walk, used to talk, used to be able to do a lot of things. Climbing. Now all of a sudden you can't climb anymore. You can't do all of these extra things. Because you're in a wheelchair now. You're paraplegic. Hey, the Lord did that to you. Give me that in Deuteronomy 32. Yeah, okay, read that.
Amos 3 verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city,
right,
and the people not be afraid?
So it says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Go on.
Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahweh have not done it?
Shall there be evil in the city? That's a very good precept. Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? So that's letting you know from the jump. Okay, that's why you got to read this Bible, man. If you want to really know what's going down on this earth, you got to read this Bible. Otherwise, you just be freaking confused on what's going on. Okay? Because the Quran ain't going to tell you a damn thing. All of these different books that man has made throughout the years, it ain't going to tell you anything. Now, you can say, well, the Bible is a man-made book. You can say that. But guess what? The men that formulated this Bible were men of God. Okay? And it was inspired by the men of God. So let's just get that into consideration then. But what I'm saying is that when you read this Bible shows you how the Lord does certain things. And he shows you the prophecies and what's going to happen. And he shows you how you got certain peoples on the earth that are enemies to our people. Instead of you just walking around thinking that everybody loves everybody. But that can be further from the truth. Alright, so your eyes open to see how nature really is. And you see things clearly. You even know how to deal with women and stuff like that too. On a whole nother level. You know how to do everything the right way. Anyway, brother, enough of my talking. Do what you got. Okay, yeah, you got that.
Yeah, no.
This St. John 5:39, and it says, search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life.
Right, there you go. It says, search the scriptures, and in them you have eternal life. You see that? So, you know, how do you seek salvation? How do you seek the true understanding of what is what? In this world that we're living in right now, you read the scriptures. You don't watch EastEnders. You don't watch what is it? What they be talking about in Parliament. All right, you read the scriptures, and you don't go to university because them universities they're not teaching what's going on. They just teach you a load of rubbish to get you even more brainwashed into the system. That's what they're teaching. And you got these old public school systems that ain't taught us a damn thing. All right, that's why everybody's walking around like they got their heads stuck up there behind, like children. Okay, because these public school systems ain't teaching them. Go on, brother.
Job Job chapter 1, verse 12.
You're going.
In fact, start from verse 12.
You're going.
And Yahweh said unto Satan, Behold, all that he have is in thy power.
Right.
Only upon himself put not forth thine hand.
Read that verse again. Read that verse again. I gotta catch that again.
Job 1 verse 12. And Yahweh said unto Satan, Behold, all that he have is in thy power.
Right. So the Lord said unto Satan, go on.
Behold, all that he have is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand.
Go on.
So Satan went forth from the presence of Yahweh.
Right.
Okay, and there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house.
Go on.
Verse 9, don't jump down to verse 19.
Yep.
And behold, there came a great wind.
So that's showing you right there how the Lord deals with the angels and also deals with Satan. Okay, because you got a lot of people that will say, well, Satan is battling with the Most High. When really, Satan is a son of the Lord, is a son of the Most High, and he does what the Most High commands him to do. So if Satan commands you to be jacked up, then you're going to be jacked up. That's the whole thing on that. But the Most High controls all aspects of life, whether it be life in the spiritual realm and life in the physical realm. Okay, you got spirits that are on the right side of him, and you got spirits on the left-hand side of him. And you got spirits that control the wind, that manipulate different natural disasters and stuff like that, so-called. Okay? And kill dozens of people. And like I said earlier before, the Lord is going to start doing more judgment on people out here. Not just out here, but all over the world. Okay, you scoffers and scorners and all of you individuals that rose up against us, and all of you individuals that came in and fell out, you're going to get dealt with. And that's the bottom line. And I'm not saying that because I feel like saying that. I'm saying what the scriptures are saying. All right? That's the whole thing. So you got these guys, because I know this, right? Every time Apostle Har or Gabar, the elders, you know what I'm saying, that's under those men. Every time they talk about the men that fell out the truth, you just see a whole heap of different scoffers. And you got to think to yourself, maybe those are the same motherfuckers that fell out the truth. That's why they're coming on the coming board and they're getting butt hurt, and their heart is they getting hurt in the heart because the apostles is pulling their car. Well, you got to deal with it. You made that decision. You came in and you fell out, so you're going to have to deal with that back on your own. Feel what I'm saying? You're going to have to deal with that on your own. Don't get mad at the brothers are still doing it. And when we talk about you, you get mad. Don't get mad. Just accept it and deal with it. You made that decision. You stay where you at. Go on, brother.
It says, and behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the four corners of his house.
Right.
And it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee.
Yeah, so the Lord used a certain wind to destroy the household of Job. Okay, showing you like the brother was going into.
The wind.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, the wind. The spirit come. But yeah, read that verse again.
Verse 14, let me stop verse 13. There was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in the eldest brother's house.
Read a bit longer.
There came a messenger unto Job and said the oxen were plowing and the asses feeding beside them, and the Sabians fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee.
No, read up a verse. You read up
Verse 19. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the four corners of the house. And it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell you.
You see that? So the Lord took everything from Job, his family, and all of the people that were surrounded by him. Okay, but it was a spirit, and but mainly it was a wind. Okay, so the Lord controls the wind through the angels that He's created. And the angels bring on their strokes when they're commanded to do so. So if you have a household or a house in general, and that whole house gets crumbled by an earthquake or a hurricane, just like what happened in them islands, like one of those women in the islands, right? I forgot what island it was, but she said this island is not the same anymore, and she just walked out. And you had one woman, she said there's like what 6 of us in the household, and the whole entire house just came apart because of the hurricane. Blew the whole entire house apart. So that's something that the Lord did to Job at the time, using that wind or the spirit to formulate that wind. Which really it was the spirit of the devil. Okay? But the point of the matter is the Lord controls the elements of the earth, man, and all of the elements that's in the spiritual realm too, to manifest things in the physical realm. Like your hurricanes, your earthquakes, your tornadoes, and that sort of thing. All right, fires even. You might be in your house and all of a sudden catch fire. You understand? So the Lord does all of these different things. He can bring about blessings and he can bring about cursing. It's both spectrums going. You finish that? You read your precept.
As Proverbs 30:4, who have ascended up into heaven or descended, who have gathered the wind in his fist,
go on.
who have bound the waters in the garment, who have established all the ends of the earth. What is his name and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell?
Yeah, read that again. I wasn't really listening. Read that verse again.
Who have ascended up into heaven or descended, who have gathered the wind in his fist,
Who have gathered the wind in his fist. Go on.
who have bound the waters in the garment, who have established all the ends of the earth.
And that's the Most High. So if the Most High created all of these different elements that makes up the earth today, then sure enough, he would have control of it. Just like how you have this technology that Esau has. Like for example, you got these phones that we got, these phone gadgets. Okay, and you also have the RFID microchip, which was formulated by a group of people. So if you create something, you have also control of it. You can create it to where you can have control of that something. Okay? Just like these phones. Don't be mistaken when you start talking to your mates or whatever, or you might just be talking to yourself or might be talking about something. Your phones are actually recording what you're saying, every word. Okay? And you also got data on your phone that's being accumulated to the government. So if you create something, you can create something so that you can have control of that particular thing when other people have access to it. All right? But the point of the matter is the Lord made everything that makes up this earth. So therefore, he's going to control it. So if it's your time to get run over by a hurricane, then that's what it is. You know what I mean? If it's your time to get bombarded by one, that's what it is. There's no ifs or buts about it. Go on, brother.
2nd Ezra 15, verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter.
Yeah, go on.
I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
Yeah.
But I will bring them with a mighty hand.
And I will bring them with a mighty hand, and those that he will bring with a mighty hand are the elect. Those are the ones that's going to be brought out of this hell. Okay, go on.
And a stretched out arm.
And a stretched out arm. That's talking about how we're going to be delivered by what you call so-called UFOs. Okay, which I'm going to get into that later on, but I want to deal with this first and foremost. Go on.
And smite Egypt with plagues.
Yeah, go on.
As before, and will destroy all the land thereof.
And that's what the Lord is doing right now, because your modern day Egypt is America too. You can read that in Revelation the 11th chapter. All right, how this particular area or daughter of Babylon is likened unto Sodom and Egypt. So the Lord is smiting plagues upon Egypt, modern day Egypt, which is America, with plagues, and that plague is the earthquakes. All right, and the impending or incoming race wars. All of the different, whether it be natural disasters or disasters amongst the people, those are the plagues that the Lord is sending. Okay, and the Lord is going to send plagues down there too. Because the world of Britain is in link with the world of America too. They're all in unison. So the Lord is going to judge this whole entire system all around. Okay, go on, brother.
Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten.
So it says Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten. Okay. So sometimes when you look up that word smitten or smite, it means to smack, or it can also mean to destroy. It can also mean to destroy. Excuse me. All right. So that's what's going on in America today. You have America that's being smitten with different hurricanes and earthquakes and what have you. And even when you go further down south, Central America, down in Mexico, you had an 8.0 earthquake that just infiltrated that whole entire city together. So the Lord is smiting America, or old daughter of, I'm gonna call it for what it is, old daughter of Babylon, with these different natural disasters and other things. Prophecy. Go on, brother.
So it says, and smite Egypt with shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it.
Yeah.
They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell
And that
therein.
fearful constellation is talking about what you call the ICBM nuclear missiles. You understand? Because see, those different hurricanes and those different earthquakes and stuff like that, they can only but do so much damage. You feel what I'm saying? Because the Lord made a covenant by performing a rainbow, letting us know that he wouldn't flood the earth no more. Okay? So, but the way the Lord is going to destroy this kingdom, he's going to use men in government, in positions of power, all right, to bring about a nuclear war. And that's how the Lord is going to bring about the fearful constellations, man. And the ultimate plague, that's what you call the Big Daddy Mac Father plague right there, okay? So read that verse again. I'm going to recap on that.
It says 2nd Ezra 15, verse of 11, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof.
And I will destroy all the land thereof. So how will the Lord destroy all the land thereof? Is he going to destroy by the different earthquakes and hurricanes? No. It's going to be by what you call a nuclear war. Okay? And if you notice, those different hurricanes are upsetting, or I believe it's Irma, because what you have is you have military individuals down there that are on the lookout, and they're gonna get messed up by that incoming earthquake or hurricane that's gonna come. Okay, so the Lord is jacking America up, whether it be financially or war or military wise. But either way you look at it, America's being gradually distorted and destroyed. Okay, economically as well. Can't forget about to mention that. So go on.
Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it.
Yeah, read that again.
Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten.
So is this talking about ancient Egypt? No. This is talking about America. Give me Revelation the 11th chapter, Baba Kushar. You know which one I'm going to get. You got a precept? Okay. How you doing? I'm all right.
You know where it sits on. Oh yeah, there'll be a great offering.
You can get that too, but what I would like you to get,
The Bible.
So spiritual cinnamon.
yeah, that's the one right there. Yeah, we'll teach you
Revelations
about it.
11, verse 8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
And that's talking about what you call today the United States. Okay, because it tells you how he was crucified, the Lord. Now, was the Lord actually crucified in that land? No. He was literally, he was crucified because they whitewashed the image of him. Which really, when you read the scriptures, he's a so-called black man, okay? And that's what your people did going all the way back to the 15th century. How they went into the different parts of Europe and they whitewashed the images. So that's all prophecy right there, okay?
I'm quite brave with you.
So what's your nationality, if you don't mind?
The white person has done a lot of damage around the world. Around the world. Not just
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
America.
it's a lot. They did a lot of work. But the thing about it is it's going to be a representation of that too. Later on.
Part of the Bible, I'm not a religious person, but part of the Bible says
We're gonna read this.
there will be nation against nation.
There you go. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what's happening. And you know what? He destroyed the world, not man, but how the earth.
Well, really, I'm gonna say this. That all
the volcanoes erupting
Right.
and everything like that. That's going to destroy the earth. And eventually, we want that to be
No, not necessarily. But you're gonna have certain people that's gonna go back to the caves. But really, what's gonna happen is the kingdom of heaven is gonna be established.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have destruction come first.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's on its way.
That's right. So
Yeah.
wait. So what's your nationality? Like, are you like Irish or Scottish?
English.
Okay, but which part of England?
Well, nobody. You're English, you know. We're all mixed. We're all mixed, but we don't know it. Through generations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. But I'm gonna say this too. No one's pure.
No.
That's understandable. But I'm gonna say this too. But the thing about it is that what we also teach is that because a lot of people have been taught wrong about this Bible. What we're teaching is complete truth. And what we're teaching according to the Bible, not according to my ideology or my philosophy, but according to the Bible, the Lord who you call Jesus Christ only died for the Israelites. Okay, so if your line, let's say your line goes back to one of these people, you could be saved. But if not, then you're not going to be saved. You're going to go into captivity. That's the solution. I give it to you like that. That's what we out here for. But anyway, give me Acts the 5th chapter. Because you have to teach the truth. You can't hide the truth. What did the Most High say? He said, well, who you call Jesus Christ? He said, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is true. So we got to bring out the truth. But regardless whether she be used or not, you got to teach the truth. See? So you got something, brother? Okay. Yep. You know, and that's just the whole thing. We gotta bring out this truth. You know what I'm saying? The way that it is. No matter who you are, you 12 or you 80, you gotta bring out the truth of Christ, man. So I tell you what, brother, get me get the precepts you got.
St. Luke 21, verse 11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven.
Yeah, so it says earthquakes, great earth. Does it say great earthquakes, right? It says great earthquakes, if you notice. It didn't just say earthquakes, but it said great earthquakes. Now, we understand that Hurricane Harvey is a great earthquake. 5.4 magnitude, I believe it is. All right? So that's what you call a great earthquake. Even the earthquake that hit Mexico.
The Mexico one.
Now I'm talking about two of them. Even the one in Mexico, that's the 8.0. That's another great earthquake. Okay, so you're gonna have great earthquakes in what? Diverse places. That's happening today. Go on, brother. Read that verse again.
And great earthquakes shall there be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven.
Keep going. And that's it right there. That's what we have going on in today's topic. We have pestilence, we have great earthquakes in diverse places. We're seeing the signs in the heavens. So all of these things are alluding to the end of the survival of ancient Rome. That's what all of this is leading up to. The coming of our Lord and Savior, Yahushua. Right? So,
Second Ezra 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people,
right, read that verse again.